bit of movement for the microphones. Make sure we're up and running. And we bring the sound down. And we bring up the camera. And welcome everyone to another Sunday night edition of Accessibly Live, the book club reading room. No, this isn't the Thursday night show. Hope everyone's having a good weekend. We are in the middle of November. We are less than a month and a half away from 2026. If you haven't seen last Thursday's show for the Conversation Station, take a look at it. Go back and take a look. We talked about the future of this show along with the Thursday night show and how we are going to be adding a lot of new books and some new movies that are in public domain that we'll be able to show for you here on the channel. Some exciting things coming for the year ahead, including year number 3 for this show. And I appreciate everyone who's been tuning in for the movies and the books. And tonight, something simple, something fun. Some of the Shakespeare sonnets, some of the old bards' musings. And in this week's, he is actually addressing the muses directly and complaining to them a little bit. We have got something for you guys tonight. We got a new email. If you haven't seen the Thursday night show, we got a new email like we promised. New email for the show is joelk_og at protonmail.com. Proton Mail is one of those, it's not a part, no funding, whatever. I went to them and signed up, and from what I understand, they are some of the best email, safest email out there so far. So if you guys want to say hi, if you have suggestions on public domain movies to try to put on the channel, let me know. Send me an email here, joelk_og at protonmail.com. Would love to hear from you. Say hi. Let me know where you guys are watching the show from. In the past, we've had a lot of people writing in from literally around the world, and we appreciate it. Myself, my executive producer, who's outside the studio right now. And we are, excited to kind of bring something fun and different for the shows. If we don't forget to, when you guys get a chance, to like and subscribe. It helps out 110% for all the algorithms out there that kind of keep us all in kind of control to see how we're all doing. It's like, how you doing? How you doing? As Joey used to say on the show. And I won't say that show because we don't want to get a strike. But we do have sonnets tonight. Most of you know Shakespeare was living in the 1500s and was the writer of some of the most incredible plays that have ever been seen. Merchants of Venice, Romeo and Juliet, Henry V, and many, many others. Tonight, we take a look at his other works. We look at the sonnets of William Shakespeare. Now, last year, we read some of these sonnets here on the show. We read some of the first 25, I think it was, because they were rather short. Now, I had somebody write in last year, and I didn't get a chance to do it till just now. They asked, what about the later sonnets? There's over 100 sonnets that he wrote, his musings to himself and to others of things that he's seen, things that he was experiencing in the time of day. His words were flowery. His words were full of frustration. He was full of confusion on way his life was going. And for all those of us who journal, it's the same thing. You take a journal entry and it's a sonnet because it's your words being put to page in reflection of what you've seen, what you experienced, what you're feeling. We are going to start with sonnet number 100 of William Shakespeare here on Accessibly Live, the book club reading room. Number 100. To his muses. Where art thou, muse, that thou forget'st so long to speak of that which gives thee all thy might? Spend'st thou thy fury on some worthless song, darkening thy power to lend base subjects light? Return, forgetful muse, and straight redeem, in gentle numbers, time so idle spent. Sing to the ear that doth thy lays esteem, and give thy pen both skill in argument. Rise, resty muse, my love's sweet face survey. If time have any wrinkle graven there, if any be a satire to decay, and make time's spoils despised everywhere, give my love fame faster than time wastes life. So thou preventest his scythe in crooked knife. Shakespeare having a bit of a quandary on his writing of not only his poetry but his plays, and wondering where his muse has gone to that delivered to all of us some of his greatest works. It's his words requesting confirmation that his muses are still there. The great Greek muses. Sonnet 101. Continuing. O truant muse, what shall thy amends? For thy neglect of truth in beauty died. Both truth and in beauty on my love depends. So doth thou too, and therein dignified. Make answer, muse, wilt thou not haply say? Truth needs no color, with his color fixed. Beauty no pencil. Beauty's truth to lay. But best is best, if never intermixed. Because he needs no praise, wilt thou be dumb? Excuse no silence so, for it lies in thee to make him such outlived a gilded tomb, and to be praised of ages yet to be. Then do thy office, muse, I teach thee how to make him seem long hence as he shows now. A little bit of third person for Shakespeare as he describes his quandary of waiting to get his inspiration back, and not demanding but impatiently awaiting. Sonnet 102. My love is strengthened through, though more weak in seeming. I love not less, though less the show appear. The love is merchandised, whose rich in steaming the owner's tongue doth publish everywhere. Our love was new, and then but in the spring, when I was wont to greet it with my lays, as Philomel in summer font doth sing, and stops her pipe in growth of riper days. Not that the summer is less pleasant now, that when her mournful hymns did hush the night. But that wild music burdens every bow, and sweets grow common, lose their dear delight. Therefore, like her, I sometimes hold my tongue, because I would not dull you with my song. Once again, a little bit of frustration in Shakespeare's phrasing, that he wonders why in the work that he does, in the woman that he is married to, why there is such a weakness in feelings for each other. There were many stories about Shakespeare and his life beyond the words he wrote. And I won't deal with it here. It's a lot of stories that would take this show a couple hours, and we don't normally want to do that to you guys. But his stories and his musings and his poetry and his plays continue on into 103. Alack, what poverty my muse brings me forth, that having such a scope to show her pride, the argument I'll bear is of more worth than when it hath add praise beside. Oh, blame me not if I no more can write. Look in your glass, and there appears a face. There over goes my blunt invitation quiet, dulling my lines and doing me disgrace. Were it not sinful, then, striving to mend, to mar the subject that before was well, for to no other pass my verses tend than your graces and your gifts to tell, and more, much more, than in my verse can sit. Your own glass shows you when you look at it. His phrasing for his glass, the glass, it's a magnifying glass. It's a metaphor for looking more deeply into what he's writing and what he has been going through. It's an interesting perspective of Shakespeare looking at himself from the outside and looking in, and how he thinks and what he thinks is going on. Yeah, excuse me, guys. Shakespeare's sonnet, number 104. To me, fair friend, you never can be old, for as you were when first your eye I laid, such seems your beauty still. 3 winters cold have from the forest shook 3 summers' pride. 3 beauteous springs to yellow autumn turned. In process of the seasons have I seen 3 April perfumes in 3 hot Junes burnt, since first I saw you fresh, which yet are spring. Ah, yet doth beauty like a dialed hand steal from this figure, and no pace perceived, so your sweet hue, which methinks still doth stand, hath motion, and mine eye may be deceived, for fear of which, hear this thou age unbred, ere you were born was beauty's summer dead. Shakespeare's sonnet, number 105. Let not my love be called idolatry, nor my beloved as an idol show, since all alike my songs and praises be to one of one, still such and ever so. Kind is my love today, tomorrow kind. Still constant in wondrous excellence. There my verse of constancy confirmed, one thing expressing leaves out difference. Fair, kind, and true is all my argument. Fair, kind, and true, varying to other words. And in change is my invention spent. Three themes in one which wondrous scope affords. Fair, kind, and true have often lived alone. Which three still now never kept seat in one. Shakespeare Sonnet, number 106. When in chronicle of wasted time, I see descriptions of the fairest wigs, and beauty marking beautiful old rhyme, in praise of ladies dead and lovely knights. Then in the blazon of a sweet beauty's best, of hand, of foot, of lip, of eye, of brow, I see their antique pen would have expressed even such a beauty as you master now. But all their praises are but prophecies of our time, all you prefiguring, and for they looked but with divine eyes. They had not skill enough your worth to sing, for we, which now hold these present days, have eyes to wander, but lack tongues to praise. Shakespeare Sonnet, number 107. Not mine own fears, but the prophetic soul of the wide world dreaming on things to come. Can you the least of my true love control, supposed as forfeit to confined doom? The mortal moon hath her eclipsed endured, and the sad augurs mock their own prestige. Uncertainties now crown themselves assured, and peace proclaims olives of endless age. Now with the drops of this most balmy time, my love looks fresh, and death to me subscribes. Since, spite of him, I'll live in this poor rhyme, while he insults or dull and speechless tribes. And thou shalt find thy monument, when tyrants' crests and tombs of brass are spent. The ideas of Shakespeare contemplating the future and what is beyond in his life and what he has set down. Shakespeare Sonnet, number 108. What in the brain that ink made character, which hath not figured to thee my truest spirit? What's new to speak? What now to register? What may express my love or thy dear merit? Nothing, sweet boy, but yet like prayers divine, I must each day say o'er the very same, counting no old thing old, O thou mine, I thine. Even as when first I hallowed thy fair name, so that eternal love in love's fresh case weighs not the dust an injury of age, nor gives the necessary wrinkles place, but makes antiquity for aye his page, finding the first conceit of love there bred, where time and outward form show it dead. Shakespeare's Sonnet, number 109. Oh, never say I was a false of heart, though absent seemed my flame to qualify. As easy might I from myself depart, as from my soul which in thy breast doth lie. That is my home of love. If I have reigned, like him that travels, I return again, just to time, not with the time exchanged, so that myself brings water for my stain. Never believed, though in my nature reigned all frailties that besiege all kinds of blood, that it could so preposterously be stained, to leave for nothing all thy sum of good. For nothing this wide universe I call, save thou, my rose. In it thou art my all. In a moment of reflection for the bard. Shakespeare's Sonnet, number 110. Alas, it is true. I have gone here and there, and made myself a motley to the view, gored mine own thoughts, sold cheap what is most dear, made old offences of new affections new. Most true it is that I have looked on truth, accents strangely, but by all above, these blenches give my heart another youth, and worse essays proved thee my best of love. Now all is done, save that which have no end. Mine appetite I never more will grind on newer proof to try an older friend, a god of love to whom I am confined. Then give me welcome next my heaven, the best, even to thy pure and most loving breast. His reflections of his work and how his work has been perceived by both friends and foes alike. And from the way that sounds, maybe a few foes have become converts. Shakespeare, Sonnet 111. Sorry, 111. Oh, for the sake do you with fortune chide, the guilty goddess of my harmful deeds, that did not better for my life provide than public means which public manner breeds. Hence comes it that my name receives a brand, then almost hence my nature is subdued to what it works in, like the dryer's hand. Pity me, then, and wish I were renewed, while unwilling patient I will drink potions of Essel gainst my strong infection. No bitterness that I will bitter think, nor double pence to correct correction. Pity me, dear friend, and I assure ye, even that your pity is enough to cure me. As Shakespeare's getting older, he is seeing doctors and physicians to help him with his ails so he can continue to read and write and create. Shakespeare's Sonnet 113. Your love and pity doth the impression fill, which vulgar scandal stamped upon my brow. For what not care I who calls me well or ill? So you or green my bad, my good allow. You are my all the world, and I must strive to know my shames and praises from your tongue. None else to me, nor I to none alive. That my steeled sense or changes right or wrong. So in profound abyss I throw all care of others' voices that my adders sense to critique and to flatter stopped are. Mark with my neglect I do dispense. You are so strongly in my purpose bred, that all the world besides bethinks are dead. Just a couple more of Shakespeare's sonnets for the night. Shakespeare's Sonnet, number 113. Since I left you, mine eye is in my mind, and that which governs me to go about doth part is function is partly blind. Seems seeing, but effectively is out. For it no form delivers to the heart of bird, of flower, of shape, which it doth latch. Of his quick objects hath the mind no part, nor his own vision holds what it doth catch. For if it sees the rudest or the gentlest sight, the most sweet favor or deformed creature, the mountain or the sea, the day or the night, the crow or dove, it shapes them to your feature, incapable of more, replete with you. My most true mind thus makes mine untrue. Two more. Shakespeare's Sonnet, number 114. Or whether doth my mind, being crowned with you, drink up the monarch's plague, this flattery, or whether shall I say mine eye hath true, and that your love taught it this alchemy, to make of monsters and things indigest, such cherubims as your sweet self resemble, creating every bad a perfect best, as fast as objects to his beams assemble. Oh, 'tis the first, 'tis flattery in seeing. Oh, my great mind, most kingly drinks it up. Mine eye well knows what with his gust is greasing, and to the palate doth prepare the cup. If it be poisoned, 'tis the lesser sin. The mine eye loves it and doth first begin. The last of Shakespeare's sonnets for the night, Shakespeare's Sonnet number 115. Those lines that I have writ do lie, even those I said I could not love you dearer, yet then my judgment knew no reason why. My most full flame should afterwards burn clearer, but reckoning time, whose million accidents creep and twist vows and change decrees of kings, tan-scarred, tan-sacred beauty, blunt the sharpest intents, divert strong minds to the course of altering things. Alas, why fearing of time's tyranny? Might I not say, now I love you best? When I was certain or in certainty, crowning the present, doubting of the rest. Love is a babe, then might I not say so, to give full growth to that which still doth grow. Shakespeare, in his thoughts, realizing the true love that he does feel for his wife. And in conclusion, to the Shakespeare sonnets for this night here on Accessibly Love. Accessibly Love. Accessibly Live. The book club reading room. Maybe we'll have to change the name. That would freak out a few people. Maybe we'll do that on April 1st. Hope you enjoyed that. Just a little bit of something we haven't done in a while. And I thought something kind of calm and relax and chill for a Sunday night, or whenever you guys are getting a chance to watch this. We kind of remind everybody that we do have a new email once again. joelk_og@protonmail.com. Send me an email. Let me know where you guys are watching from. Let me know what you guys are up to. We appreciate everybody who writes in. We're still a little confused on why we had to give up the last email, but we got this one for you, and I like that name. Sounds very Star Trekian. Proton Mail. I like that name. It's kind of cool. If you guys get a chance, don't forget to like and subscribe. It helps us out 110%. Now, next week, we are getting back into the books. If not temporarily, we're still several weeks away from the holidays and Thanksgiving. Now, for those of you who watch the Thursday night show, there will be a nice surprise, and we'll talk about that this coming Thursday on Accessibly Live, the turkey edition. And we hope it won't be a turkey. But next week, here on the Book Club Reading Room, next week, some sci-fi short stories for you. Something fun and different. I am Joel K. This is Accessibly Live, the Book Club Reading Room. Every single Sunday night. I'm really having a real good day remembering between today and Thursday. Doing good. The Sunday night edition, Accessibly Live, the Book Club Reading Room. And don't forget, end of January, the 25th, will be our 3-year anniversary. Because at the end of December will be the 4-year anniversary of the Conversation Station. Stop in there, stop in on Thursday and say, hey, let me know what you guys are doing, what's going on. As we do on Thursday's show, we close out with a quote of the week. And the poet, author, writer, Ralph Waldo Emerson, had something that still rings true right now with all the craziness going on. This is kind of jives right. Let me never fall into the vulgar mistake of dreaming that I am persecuted whenever I am contradicted. Legendary Ralph Waldo Emerson. 1803 to 1882. He lived a hell of a long life. Wrote many great things, and we'll be reading some of that in the weeks to come. Because we have so many problems with people who get their nose out of joint when they're corrected. I mean, we've all done it. We've all mistaken ourselves. Don't let it happen. Take the criticism with a grain of salt and take a look in the mirror and say, maybe it's true. Anything is possible. We'll see you all next week. We'll see you this Thursday. Next week, some sci-fi short stories here on the channel. I am Joel K. Be well, be safe, be kind. Take care, you guys. Have a wonderful week this week. If you're watching on Monday or Tuesday, hope your week is going well. Take care, you guys. Talk to you soon.